the Obi-Ani, one of the most prominently used lightsaber flourishes in the entirety of Star Wars, used across almost all the movies, if not all the shows too. I'm going to show you how to do it. I've been doing this for a little under 3 years now, and honestly, not an important skill at all. I just use it to impress friends, nerds, and other groups of people, and originally, obviously, inspired by Star Wars to do this. Step 1 of Obi-Ani is to learn the basic forward spin. This is the basic forward spin. For the Obi-Ani, you're going to learn it behind you. Basic things to keep in mind before starting. Make sure that when you spin, it's aligned with your body. Now, to do it, you're going to hold your hand out to your side. Since this is a lightsaber and it has balance and weight, you're going to want to let go with all but your pointer and thumb and tilt your wrist forward. It's going to tilt downward and stay there. The weight should help you do that. Now when you do it, it'll start to go upward a bit. You're going to take advantage of that. When it starts to tilt upward, close your hand. When you close your hand, it should come back up like this. Now that you've learned the basic forward spin, you need to learn how to get it behind your back. It's going to look like this. To get it behind your back, you're going to want to take the saber out on your right side. You're going to want to point it forward so it's pointing out to your side. Then you're going to want to flip your wrist upside down and then bring it straight behind you. I'm going to show you again, but from a different angle. You're going to want to point to the side, flip your wrist upside down, and bring it like this behind you. You're just pulling it down and up. One more time, but a little bit faster and smoother. That's it. Now that you've learned the basic forward spin and pulling it behind your back, you need to learn how to pull it out from behind your back and in front of you. Basic forward spin looks like this, and then putting it behind you looks like that. One smooth motion. Now, to bring it in front of you, you need to tilt it. You need to bring it out to the side a bit so that it's so it's at your shoulder. Now you're going to want to tilt it backward and then tilt it down. And then spin that way to bring it in front of you. From a different angle, you're going to want to, from behind your back, pull it to your shoulder, point it down, or point it backwards, then point it down and spin so it's in front of you. Now you've learned basic forward spin. Bring it behind your back and bring it out in front of you. Now this is how it looks combined smoothly. Next step is the most mind-blowing step you're ever going to hear. Bring it to your side. Now that you've learned all of that, you need to put it all together like so. Now, you just repeat this and chain it together because you'll be back to where you started, like so. Now the final step is more or less of a tip, but you need to keep practicing this to get the best you can. You're going to want to start slow, one step at a time. One step at a time. You're going to get faster, 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 and faster. Just practice this as much as you can if you really want to learn it, or if you're lazy and don't want to, well then don't. Some common mistakes are being stiff. If you're stiff, it's gonna look worse. You see how I just hit myself. That's how it's gonna look when you're being stiff. You need to move with the saber. You see how I move away from it? Whenever I spin, I turn my body to keep away from the saber. Now, of course, since this is a skill for impressing people, you do not want to do the Obi-Ani alone. You're gonna want to add stuff like so, which I'm gonna show you with 2 sabers, 1 saber, and a dual-sided saber. Here's the single saber.